Today our topic is critical angle and total internal reflection. Little bit change. Throughout the topic we have done refraction. Now little bit change, that is reflection. So before total internal reflection I will explain critical angle. But be careful when we will discuss this topic. Always consider light ray travels from denser medium to rare medium. So I will consider light comes from denser to rare medium at different angles. So I just consider here this is denser medium. I just consider this is glass and this is air. So first I just consider angle of incidence 30 degree. You know, glass to air, denser to rare, light ray bends away from the normal. Let AO light travels from denser to rare and it will refract in the form of OB, bends away from the normal. Now second time I just increase the angle. Instead of 30 I just consider 40. Increase the angle. If I will increase this angle will also increase. This is your angle of refraction. So suppose it will increase up to this limit, it will be perpendicular. It will make 90 degree angle as a refracted angle. So this angle of incidence is called critical angle. So now listen the definition of critical angle. When light ray travels from denser to rare medium and refracted angle will be 90, then corresponding angle of incidence in the denser medium is called critical angle. So in my example 40 degree as a critical angle. Third case, again I will increase the angle of incidence. Now instead of 40 I just consider that is 50. If this is 50, again it will increase. When it will increase, now no other way to come back in the same medium. Because when it will increase, obviously it will come back in the same medium. So this concept is called total internal reflection. Listen the definition of total internal reflection. When light ray travels from denser to rare medium and angle of incidence is greater than the critical angle, then light will be reflect in the same medium. This concept is called total internal reflection. So same, that is the two conditions for total internal reflection. One is light ray travels from denser to rare medium. Second, angle of incidence should be greater than the critical angle. Now little bit more regarding this critical angle. Relationship between critical angle and refractive index. This is your angle, critical angle, and this is refracted angle. So we always find out the refractive index of that medium in which light ray will refract. Here light ray will refract in a air medium. where it comes from glass. So what is the refractive index? As you know, under the heading of Snell's law, sin I upon sin R. Here I as a IC, critical angle, and sin R. So refractive index of air with respect to glass, sin IC upon sin 90. Here R value is 90 degree. I as a critical angle. So you know sin 90 as a 1. So in short, refractive index of air with respect to glass is equal to sin IC, but we always find out the refractive index of glass with respect to air. Here we will use principle of reversibility. We will reverse this. So ultimately, what is the relation of refractive index of glass with respect to air is equal to 1 upon sin IC. So in this way, refractive index is inversely proportional to the critical angle. Next is the factor affecting critical angle. Factors affecting critical angle. First factor is color or wavelength of light. Second is temperature of medium. As concerned to color or wavelength, you know refractive index of violet color is more refractive index of red. So that's why critical angle of violet is less than critical angle of red. Same way, second, temperature. Temperature, you know, if temperature increase, speed will increase. As a result, refractive index will decrease. So temperature is directly proportional to the speed and inversely proportional to the refractive index, but directly proportional to the critical angle. As you know, critical angle is inversely proportional to the refractive index. This is all about your critical angle. Now come to the total reflecting prism. That's very important. Diagram is important. Total reflecting prism. So what is the total reflecting prism? It is right angle isosceles prism in which total internal reflection occurs. I will show the structure of the prism in which one angle is 90 degree and other two angles are equal, that is the 45. So very important to understand how to total internal reflection occurs or how to refraction occurs in all this type of prism. So one angle is 90, other is 45 and 45. Important thing to show the reflection through this. Suppose one object kept here, PQ. One ray strike normally on AB surface. You know, if it is strike normally, it will be undeviated and go straight. Now find out in this prism, this is also 90, this is 45. It is not 90, so our second work to draw the perpendicular here, normal here, because we want to find out angle of incidence. This is your angle of incidence. 90 minus 45, that is 45. Because here angle of incidence 45, and remember that critical angle for a glass or prism, that is 42. If that's not given, you have to take 42. Here I is greater than IC. So you have learned about if angle of incidence is greater than the critical angle, there is phenomena total internal reflection. So ray will be totally internally reflected and reaches to BC. You will not take it out. Firstly, find out this angle. This 45, this is also 45 because I is equal to R, law of reflection. This is also 45. 90 minus 45, 45. This will become 90 as sum of the angles of triangle is 180. So this is 90, so that's why it will come out. So this P will come out as P dash. Same way, we will take from Q. Same way we will take from Q. Follow the same path. Here, angle of incidence 45. There will be total internal reflection. So it will go out. So remember that this 45. This is again 45. Don't forget to mark the angles. So this prism is used in periscope. You know, in periscope you are also using the mirror, but instead of mirror we are using total internal reflecting prism. So this is the first use, total reflective prism, to deviate ray of light through 90 degree. That is used in periscope. So second used to deviate the ray of light through 180 degree. So we are using the same prism, simply changes its face through 180 degree. Now AB, instead of that I will consider in this base form. So we will take here 90 degree, same prism, but we will take B here, A here, C here. Now we will take PQ on this side. This is 45. This is also 45. One ray goes straight, 90 degree strike. Strike here with the same way. This is 90. This is 45. With that, we have to draw here normal. This is 45. Here total internal reflection. This 45. This 45. This 45. Again we will draw the normal here. This is 45. Again this 45. This 45. This 90. So that's why it will go straight. Will come as P dash. Same way Q. Student, don't forget to draw all these angles. Without this, there is no use to draw the diagram. No marks at all. This 45. Again, this 45. This is again 45. Law of reflection 45. 90 minus 45. And this will become 90. This triangle 45, 45. This 90. This will come as Q dash. So it is used to invert the image. And it's mainly used in binocular.